Okay, this is Unit 9 for Video 4, Distributing Radicals. So this is going to be a lot of multiplication and addition combined. Okay, so you got to remember those rules. Alright, so this one's distributing. So we're going to take the square root of 3 times the square root of 6 and the square root of 3 times 8. Now remember, you can only multiply things that are both inside or both outside. Okay? So when I take the square root of 3 times the square root of 6, both of them are inside the square root, so I multiply those and I get square root of 18. Okay? Now when I take the square root of 3 times 8, the 8 does not have a square root, and the 3 is inside, so it is just 8 square root of 3. Okay, remember there's an actual 1 there, so it's 1 times 8, which is 8, and the square root of 3, you just bring down. Okay. Now, the square roots are different. However, 18 can be simplified, so we need to make sure we simplify that. So 6 and 3, 2 and 3. I have a pair of 3's, so 3, the 2 did not. Bring down the 8 square root of 3. Okay, now they're both simplified, but they still have different square roots. So this is my answer. All right, now this one is a double distributing. Okay, so this one gets a little hairy, but you know, just stick with it. Okay, the first thing I would do is put a 1 in front of anything that the square root didn't have a coefficient for. Okay, so I'm going to take this 4 and I'm going to multiply by both things in the other one. So 4 times 6 is 24. They're both outside, so that's okay. Now 4 times negative 1, square root of 5. So 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. And then we have the square root of 5. Okay? All right, that got rid of that one. Okay. Now I'm going to take 3 square root of 5 times 6. Now the 6 is outside, so it gets multiplied by the 3, which is 18. And then I have a square root of 5. Now I'm going to take 3 square root of 5 times negative 1 square root of 5. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And then square root of 5 times square root of 5 is square root of 25. Okay. All right, so now we're going to combine like radicals and simplify whenever we can. Okay, so the 24 is done. Okay, now these are like radicals, so I can take negative 4 plus 18 and I get 14 square root of 5. Okay, now this one, the 25, can simplify, so it's 2 5's. So I have a pair of 5's, so I'm going to bring it out, and that gives me negative 15, okay, because negative 3 times 5. Now I still have these can still combine, okay? This will almost happen every single time. So 24 minus 15 is 9. Okay, that get rid of those, plus 14 square root of 5, and that's my answer. Okay, all right, now this one, square root of 7 plus 3, and it's squared. So now that means you have 2 of them. Okay, so I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to take square root of 7 times square root of 7, which is square root of 49. And then square root of 7 times 3. Now remember, there's a 1 there, so that's 3 square root of 7. Okay, that got rid of that. Now I'll take 3 times square root of 7, which is 3 square root of 7, and then 3 times 3, which is 9. Square root of 49 is 7. Okay, so I'm going to bring that down, and then these are the same. So that's 6 square root of 7 plus 9. Now these can still be added, so 7 plus 9 is 16 plus 6 square root of 7. Okay, so the same thing happened in this one and the last one. Okay, so a couple things you need to remember is usually after you simplify, those are going to combine, and those combine. Okay, so just something to think about on those.